I've always been a massive fan of Nintendo music. I'm sure at some point in your life you will eventually hear some sort of Nintendo soundtrack. I use Nintendo music in nearly all of my videos. Ever since Nintendo started making games, they never really missed a beat with the music. I only started noticing this in the Wii era. Everything to the sound of the pointer, to the Wii channels, Wii Sports theme, Super Smash Bros. Brawl theme, Wii Sports Resort theme. They were all bangers. The thing that makes the Wii music stand out is that every game has its own little jingle before you press the start button. Anyway, my point being, Nintendo has always thrived on making really good music. The question is, where do you listen to these themes? Well, it's YouTube, of course. There's nowhere else to listen to them. Well, stop your crying, because there is another way. A couple of days ago, Nintendo released their brand new streaming service for Android and iOS devices. I've played around with it for a couple of hours, so let's talk about it. The app is how you would expect it to look and run for a music streaming site. It's nearly identical to Spotify's UI, but just with a Nintendo kind of a customization. It's got the basics. You can make playlists, like songs, shuffle songs and all that shit. It's definitely not as smooth as Apple Music or Spotify though. I found myself having to press the start button multiple times before I got it actually playing. One thing you're going to notice is that there's not a lot of content here. I counted 23 games on launch, 8 Switch titles, only 2 Wii titles, which is shocking. The Wii should have been the first console it expanded on. 2 on the DS, 1 on the GameCube, 1 on the GBA, 2 on the N64, 2 on the SNES, 2 on the Game Boy, and 3 on the NES. Listen, for a streaming service, that is shockingly low, considering on how much they can really offer. Now, I wouldn't panic just yet. They did say that they would be releasing new music every week. Since making this video, they actually released Super Mario Wonder soundtrack, which is good. Honestly, if it were me, I would be uploading new songs every single day. If you consider the sheer amount of games Nintendo actually has, they could easily keep that up for 3 years without having any issues. And it also seems like that they're focusing on the newer releases. With all due respect, fuck that. Start releasing the Wii and the Nintendo DS era, please. Along with the basics, they also added their own features to this app. The main one being the extended option. Now, instead of having to repeat a 2-minute snippet of Jump Up Superstar, you can actually extend it now to 15, 30, or 60 minutes. This is an amazing feature. I imagine it's only going to be used for study or for working. I'm listening to Animal Crossing as I write this script. They've also added some character playlists. For example, the Yoshi playlist has everything to do with like Yoshi tracks on Mario Kart 8 or the Yoshi levels in Super Mario World 2. I'm not gonna lie, at the moment, this feature has absolutely nothing for it. Bowser, Yoshi, and Pauline are the only like half decent ones. Personally, I would have waited until they completely stacked up the characters. It's still a good idea, but right now, there's not much there. My favorite part of this is, no surprise, the Wii section, especially the Wii channel's original soundtracks. I'm also listening to the Wii Shop channel as I write this script, but it's as simple as this. They've got to add more, like right now. I hope they don't solely focus on the newer titles first and kind of work their way down to the consoles, or else we are never going to get a Wii type or Nintendo DS soundtrack for ages. A nice feature they included was the spoiler block. If there are some certain games that you haven't played yet and you don't want to be spoiled by the music, you can actually put that game and soundtrack on a block list so that they never appear in the rotation. It's a very smart idea, but I don't think it would have caused that much issues. Now, as you've probably already guessed, this isn't free, but I don't mind what they've done here. You need a paid Nintendo account. If you have a paid Nintendo account for like playing online and stuff like that, you're completely fine. It's relatively cheap compared to like the PlayStation account. I wouldn't mind that. Nintendo's network is fucking ass, man, but this is a nice thing to include. I mean, the only people who really want a streaming service like this will realistically already have a paid Nintendo account. So yeah, it's pretty okay. We were never going to get it for free anyway. So all in all, I like this idea. It's pretty bare bones right now, but after a while, it will be really, really good. I am happy for now, but there's one thing that's genuinely scaring me. What does this mean for YouTube and the copyright system? We've seen over the last 2 to 3 years that Nintendo have been really cracking down on people who are uploading their music on YouTube. So any channel that was solely just releasing Nintendo music is realistically gone now. With this new streaming service, I fear that they will take that a step further and try to get rid of anyone using Nintendo music solely by itself or in any form of video. The only thing I'll say is most Nintendo channels will be completely gone if that's the case. That's kind of the only thing like giving me some bit of hope, is that so many channels will be like gone within a few seconds. It's ridiculous to think about, including mine. So I hope it doesn't come to that, but this gives them more of a reason to strike channels. It's like a push in that direction for them, and you'd really never know what they would do. They've recently strike channels that were playing Nintendo games on an emulator, for fuck's sake. So they are capable of anything. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.